Carroll bringing it forward. Thompson's making the run. Carroll hangs on to it though. Still Davy Carroll. Could go all the way here. Oh, what a goal!
I don't know what it is that makes me love you so. I only know I never wanna let you go. 'Cause you started something, don't you see? That ever since we met you had a hold on me. It happens to be true. I only wanna be with you.
Hello, I'm Phil Catchpole and welcome to this week's episode of Ringing the Blues, the official Wycombe Wanderers podcast. On this week's show, we have all the action and reaction from the game against Cambridge United at Adams Park, and Wycombe Wanderers fan Mike Lawson joins us for Till Death Us Do Part. But first, let's head to New York City for the full League One results and some Chairboys Spanish with Uri.
We are ringing the blues from New York City. Yes, I am here because I traveled to celebrate my birthday. Let's also celebrate Filiberto Cachapollo's birthday. We are both born under the sun of Virgo, fellow Virgos. And here are the results for League One. Okay, while I'm standing in the middle of Central Park, here are the results. Exeter City 2, Stevenage 0, Lincoln City 0, Wigan Athletic 0, Bolton Wanderers 5, Reading 2, Burton Albion 1, Barnsley 2, Charlton Athletic 1, Blackpool 2, Huddersfield Town 1, Northampton Town 3, Mansfield Town 2, Shrewsbury Town 1, Peterborough United 3, Bristol Rovers 2, Rotherham United 0, Birmingham City 2, Stockport County 1, Leyton Orient 4, Wrexham 2, Crawley Town 1, Wycombe Wanderers 2, Cambridge United 1. So Wycombe Wanderers are playing well and starting a decent run of results. They are building momentum. So Chairboys Spanish this week, building momentum. Well, momentum is a word in Latin, so it's the same in Spanish as it is in English. And building, how do we say to build? Well, we say construir, like construct or to construct. So building momentum in Spanish is construyendo momentum. So, yes, and I forgot to say that it was another game where we scored exactly 2 goals again. So how do we say two in Spanish? Dos, like duo, like dual. Dos. Dos goles, 2 goals. That's it for this week. Back to England with my amigo Filiberto Cachapollos. Adios.
Cheers, Uri, and a happy birthday to you too. Right then, Cambridge came to town on Saturday, bottom of the table, without a victory in any competition so far. Here's what happened. Ryan Tapazzoli joined us on commentary. For Wycombe Wanderers, rolls the ball to Joe Lowe into Aaron Morley, buys a yard away from Ndulu. McCleary's away, he's onside, he's still on goal. It's a narrow angle. What does he do here?
Shoot G-Mac.
He scores! Gareth McCleary. He waited and waited for the option. He thought, actually, the best option is to put it in myself. Rattles it in off the post. And Wycombe Wanderers lead 1-0 here. And the Cambridge players come across to the assistant referee saying, where was the flag? There was no flag. And Wycombe lead. Wycombe 1, Cambridge 0. Great goal, Taff.
Yeah, this is the exact start that we wanted. Brilliant from G-Mac. He runs in behind. And I was thinking for one moment there, he was going to get caught in between two minds, but Richard was being marked in the box. The angle was narrow, but it's a great finish from G-Mac, low and hard to the bottom corner.
Cambridge just putting a bit more of an urgent press on now, and they get the ball with Brophy. Longello twists and turns, uses Andrew outside him. He goes in. It's a good ball to Ndulu. He crosses in and scores. Spins and turns, and Danton Ndulu turned Caleb Taylor, and Cambridge's first attack of the game has led to their opening goal. Wycombe 1, Cambridge 1, and the press all of a sudden just went up a gear, didn't it? And then it's paid dividends, Taff.
Yeah, like I said, they were pressing with a front three. Longello's gone narrow to press Joe Lowe. Grimmer was the actual outlet. If we could have got it out to him earlier, it's broke down, playing the pass into midfield. And I mean, first shot, first goal, nothing Franco could have done there. I don't know if it goes through the legs of big Caleb.
For Wycombe, it's taken quickly to Josh Scowen on that right wing. Scowen holds it up. Helps it on to Gareth McCleary perfectly into the stride of him. And now Grimmer is in the box, he's in space. Runs into a 50-50, it's off to Humphreys. Oh! What a finish! Cameron Humphreys with his second goal for Wycombe Wanderers. Cambridge have been resolute. Wycombe have been banging on the door. And it's young Cameron Humphreys who smashed it down with his left foot once again. Wycombe 2, Cambridge 1.
Yeah, brilliant from the boys. I mean, it was coming, wasn't it? It's more than deserved. And I said, it might take someone like Cam Humphreys with his left foot to produce something special.
Another win and another 2 goals in a league game. That's every league game, 2 goals.
Yeah, dominant display. I thought we were excellent from start to finish. Obviously just one blip, which was disappointing. There were some real good moments about the way we want to play and the way we want to be. I'm really pleased about. Very dominant display against a tough opponent, by the way. You know, our data tells us that Cambridge should be halfway up the league. You know, they've suffered with injuries and goals that have gone against them, but they're a good team and Gary's doing a great job there. So that was a tough game for us today. But obviously we've got to be pleased with the way we played.
And real patience and resilience, I guess, in that second half, because you had to be patient to get through the lines.
Yeah, there was 1 or 2 moments when I wondered whether it was going to be our day. You know, chances came and went, and we didn't quite take those moments. But we kept playing with the same patience and the same desire like we had been all afternoon. We didn't let it knock us off our stride. I thought after the equaliser, we just came away from it ever so slightly, but. You know, that's a very good display. Some incredible individual performances in there as well. Like I say, against a real good team. Like that, you know, Cambridge have done well so far this season, irrespective of those results. That's a good team again there. So for us to get that home win, we have to be very pleased with it.
I think the time has come where we need to look at Gareth McCleary's passport. Is he really 37?
Listen, GMAC is. I said at the end of last season to him, and you know, he looks like he's enjoying his football as much as he ever has done. He's got a real spring in his step. You know. He's 37, so we have to respect that and look after him in a slightly different way to when he was 27. That's just you know, understanding him and trying to get the best out of him. But we love having him here. He's playing with a smile on his face, and if he keeps playing like that, he's got a few more years left in him.
At the other end of the scale, young Cameron Humphreys, that's his second league game here at Adams Park and his second goal. A great start for the lad. Yeah,
he does like a late goal in front of the terrace, doesn't he? Just to we've known Cam a long time. He's really settled into the group. You know, he's not been used to regular football over his first years of his professional career because of the club he's been playing at and the competition for places. And we really felt that giving him that platform to play regularly was going to be good for him. He's missed pre-season, so we've got to be really careful with Cam because he doesn't like missing any football and he wants to play all the time, as the whole squad do. So, yeah, he's had a couple of big moments for us at home. I'm sure the fans are really pleased with him, and we're obviously delighted to have him here.
We lost Dan Udo in the first half. It looked to be a knock. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Luckily, I wasn't particularly pleased about the incident, if I'm honest with you, but I should probably keep that to myself. But luckily for us, he's absolutely fine.
You mentioned the blip. Was that the defensive the gap for the goal, I guess, in the first half?
Yeah, it was like, you know, I think we want to play a certain way, and that wasn't a criticism of the actual blip for the goal. It was more a criticism. We just came away from it, I felt. Just got a little knock after that for 10 minutes. Just came away from what we were doing before then because we actually started off the game incredibly well. I thought we were fantastic. Scored a goal and we had lots and lots of pressure. So, but, you know, a massive part of football is a psychological element of it. When you take a knock like that against a team, you know, you're going to have a moment where you have to just gather yourselves again, and the boys did that. And like I say, at half-time we kind of implored with them to go and play again and keep knocking at the door, and you know, luckily for us, eventually it opened. Lots
of fans in the Frank Adams stand up by the gantry talking about the way we're playing and enjoying the way we're playing. You must like to hear those comments.
Yeah, of course. I think, you know, I've mentioned this a couple of times. We're not trying to be over clever. We're just trying to do, you know, we want the team to look like the way we believe in. You know, I was always hopeful that I was going to get an opportunity to have a go at this job, and when I did, I really hoped I had the opportunity and the time to work with the group. Tomo is an incredible coach, hence the reason why we're working together. Ben Cern, you know, all the backroom staff, in terms of the way we want to play, you know, it's an incredible amount of hard work to go, but there's still so much more to do. We've had a couple of nice moments, of course, but there's so much more work to do, and we have to be really relentless in the pursuit of the team we want to be.
And it feels like we're building a little bit of momentum now.
You can say that. I'm just worried about Tuesday night. I need to get home and see my girls and have a watch of the game back. Like I say, there's some really good moments, but there's loads we want to improve on. Momentum's a big thing in sport, of course it is, and winning breeds confidence and it breeds that habit of winning games. So yeah, we hope to carry that forward. Absolutely.
Cam, congratulations. Another goal in front of the terrace here at Adams Park. You must have loved that.
Yeah, no, it was a really good performance from the team, especially second half. Put them under pressure. We had our chances and I was fortunate enough to take mine and really good 3 points.
We had to be patient out there, didn't we? Cambridge got men behind the ball. It was tough to break them down. Yeah,
I thought we played really well on the ball. Obviously disappointed to give the goal away, but other than that, we played through them a lot of times, had lots of chances, and wasn't quite taking them, but we kept believing, we kept trying, and we got the winner in the end.
How does it feel when we came close a few times and sometimes that final ball just wasn't quite there? Was it one of those days when you think sometimes it might not be our day?
I think maybe you could think that, but when you're on the pitch, everyone's getting behind each other, everyone's geeing each other up. So we're making sure that we still believe in. We've now scored a couple towards the end of matches. So we've got to keep believing that no matter how long's left, that there'll be a chance and that we'll take it.
It must be a great feeling as well when the ball hits the back of the net in front of those fans on the Valley Terrace. Yeah,
I've been lucky enough twice now, two league games in a row at home. Wanting to keep that going. But it was a really good feeling.
It's been a long time since that last home game in the league as well, but you've kept up that record. You must be looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it has felt like a long time away, but on our road we've been able to keep picking up points, which is really good. We want to keep the momentum. The winning the cup in midweek was important as well for to keep building the momentum and the winning culture.
I guess winning goals help, but how are you settling in?
Yeah, no, really good. The manager's been good. And all the lads as well have been really welcoming. So it's been easy for me to fit in, and then hopefully I'm repaying that with performances on the pitch.
And a big cup game to look forward to on Tuesday night.
Yeah, another big one now. We can enjoy it tonight, but we know that we've got to recover because we've got a very tough game on Tuesday night, but one that we'll enjoy and we'll attack.
As a player, is it a great opportunity to test yourself against the best? Yeah,
exactly. Obviously it's a Champions League club, so it's going to be a very, very tough test, but we know that we'll stick together and we'll give it our best shot.
And momentum's a big word in sport. Wycombe seems to be building some good momentum here.
Yeah, I think it starts on the training pitch. We've got a big squad. Everyone's competing. Everyone's training hard, and then pushing the boys that then go out onto the pitch to perform at the best of their ability. So I think we've got good momentum going at the moment, so we just want to keep that going.
Great to hear from the gaffer and Camfron Humphreys after the match at Adams Park on Saturday. But what about those poor Cambridge United fans? Well, they're not happy. Let's hear all about it in the opposition view. Cuffco nuts.
We were all over the place today. It was the performance of a poor team. We made Wycombe look like title challengers.
Ellie Sue.
I think that's the worst we've played this season. Defensively, we were a mess. Wycombe were able to carve us open with ease and found themselves in acres of space on numerous occasions. Not sure how they only scored 2. And I never want to see Kai in an amber shirt again. He offers absolutely nothing.
Habin boy.
Standard stuff. Defeat just took a bit longer this time.
Andrew Lang.
The scoreline flattered us for a long time today. We were nowhere near good enough in this game. Worst performance of the season so far.
Dan Boyd D.
Very frustrating and infuriating watching that today. We've gone from overplaying to not playing at all. All game we were direct, and at times it resembled a non-league team trying to beat an average League One outfit. Having gone in at 1-1, I was hoping we really push on in the second half, but that's as bad a 45 minutes as we've had this season. We offered absolutely nothing, and it was a case of watching the clock, hoping it would run out quickly enough.
EENYC.
Such a shame. I really hoped the Monk project would work, but it hasn't. The only problem is, I don't think there's anyone out there who could take our slim resources and fashion a survival this season, given how much wealth there is in this division now. I normally have a half-full glass in front of me, but I think I must have necked it this afternoon. Still, there's something vaguely impressive about knowing that we're down when we're only 6 games into the season.
Brophy pants.
I like how this game we dropped the nice attacking play that was working and kept the atrocious defending bit that wasn't. Obviously the plan was to tighten up, but clearly that didn't work. Goodness me.
El Goodo.
If you hear anyone talking about how we were trying to play that tippy-tappy nonsense today, then ignore them, because they clearly didn't watch a minute of this match. It was panicky, long balls, pretty much all game.
Kane Lythal.
High risk, high reward football with all the risks and none of the reward. Monk is sacking himself at this rate.
J. Wills, 61.
You have to say it's really quite rare for a football club to be in such a stable and healthy position off the pitch and such a dreadful state on it. It's genuinely almost impressive. It's so infuriating that we're managing to get the football side so wrong.
Wigby 2.
We're not getting thrashed, but we are far too easy to beat. Who's going to be brave enough to go to Bram away? Oh, that one's going to be a bloodbath.
Supporting a football club is like a marriage. Your club is there for life through the good times and the bad. We ask Chairboys fans for their most cherished old memory, their current favourite player, the best borrowed player we've ever had, and for something blue, we talk club merchandise. Till death us do part, and this week's guest is Wycombe Wanderers fan Mike Lawson. Mike, on the set of Wanderers TV, how are you doing?
Yeah, very good. Good to be here. Thanks, Phil.
Good stuff. Right, where does your journey with Wycombe Wanderers start?
My journey started around about the 92-93 season, and I've been a season ticket holder ever since then. Go to virtually all the home games, probably about half the away games during the course of the season. So I've seen some great times, some not so great times, followed by more great times.
And 92-93, what a great season to be involved with.
It was great to go and see Wycombe. We ended up at Wembley, the FA Trophy against Runcorn. So I took my son to see that, which was a great thing to do. And Adams Park, I think, the following season. We've had a great journey since then.
So it's a family love affair now. Everyone's involved.
Everyone's involved. My wife goes, and I've got 2 grandsons, and hopefully they're about to start the journey with Wycombe Wanderers as well.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
This is what we like to hear. Right then, this I think could be a tough question to kick things off. Something old, your favourite ever Wycombe Wanderers memory?
My favourite Wycombe Wanderers memory would be Wimbledon away in the FA Cup, and I can still remember their number 5 stepping up to take the penalty, and I knew he would miss. I knew he was going to balloon it over the bar, which is what he did, and there was absolutely pandemonium in the Wycombe end when that goal went in.
And he skied it! Wycombe Wanderers are in the quarter-final of the FA Cup in an unbelievable story here at Selhurst Park. 2-0 down in the first game, 1-0 down and 2-1 down tonight. They've scored an equaliser in the dying moments of the game, and now from the penalty spot, Wycombe Wanderers have done it. And a team that had never been into the third round of the FA Cup before are now in the quarter-finals. What a story at Selhurst Park.
It was my best footballing moment.
5,000 Wycombe fans there that night.
Yeah.
And over the course of the two ties, the original tie and the replay, I think we pretty much were seconds away from being knocked out about 4 times.
Yeah, it was an amazing game, wasn't it? And you know, when you sort of look back to what actually happened in that Wimbledon game, to think that we had a player sent off, I forget who it was. We had Martin Taylor making a last-minute penalty save. We had Paul McCarthy scoring the equaliser with 15 seconds to go. It was just an incredible night. It really was.
Parking for Wycombe. He's done really well. Can he get his cross in? He can. And Bullman hits it. It's a goal! Unbelievable! Wycombe have pulled it level in the final seconds through Paul McCarthy. They will not lay down and die. Wycombe's cup dream is still alive. Paul McCarthy has equalised in the last seconds here at Selhurst Park. And surely now it's going to go to penalty kicks.
And some bloke called Gareth Ainsworth scored for Wimbledon.
So I understand. Wonder what happened to him.
Bang. And Ainsworth has broken away. Danger for Wycombe here. Still Ainsworth. And a great finish. Moments after Wycombe almost took the lead, Wimbledon do.
Well, it's a great memory as well. And that cup run, a lot of our fans have great memories and talk about that cup run a lot. But it really did put Wycombe Wanderers on the global map, didn't it?
It did, yes. Yeah. Brilliant it was.
And what were your feelings at Leicester?
Leicester, it was just euphoria, really, to think that a club like Wycombe Wanderers could actually be in the semi-finals of the FA Cup.
We're 2 minutes into injury time. 24 in the box for Simpson's free kick. Decent double-fisted punch by Royce. Here's Bullman. Back into the mixer. Knocked back by Bates. Hesando! It's in! And the man who they found through an advert on the internet has really put Wycombe on the worldwide map. You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't.
It was absolutely amazing. It really was. But again, that was another last minute, wasn't it? Roy Hesando with, I think, a minute to go that he scored. But again, my memories of that game was that I always felt that we competed well with Leicester that day. It never felt like we were a League One club against a club who had, I think the previous week, hadn't they just beaten Liverpool? They'd beaten Liverpool 2-0 in the Premier League. But another great Wycombe Wanderers experience.
I speak to a lot of fans about this cup run. I always ask them the same question. How did you feel when the final whistle went at Villa Park when we'd lost to Liverpool? Because on paper, we were obviously meant to lose because of the footballing pyramid. I don't know about you, but I felt gutted.
Well, yeah, likewise. I felt really disappointed. And I think in my mind, I'd sort of worked out that what would happen is that we would take Liverpool into extra time, we'd then go to penalties, and we'd win on penalties, and we would then play, I think it was Arsenal, it would have been Arsenal, I think, in the final. But yeah, like you, Phil, I was disappointed that we didn't get anything from it. But at the end of the day, it was a great achievement, and I was down with about 140 other supporters at Swansea the following Tuesday night, 2 days later, to support the club. So, but yeah, they're great memories, and it's why you go and, it's what you do, it's why you go and support your football club, isn't it? For memories like that.
Exactly, and that feeling of gutted at the end was just purely because I just thought that we were invincible by that point.
Yeah.
And our name was on the cup, but that's why we love football as well, I guess.
It is. But again, to go to Villa Park, to see your team, go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, to see Keith Ryan, Wycombe legend, score, it really was an amazing day out.
Wonderful days. Right, this is a tough question as well.
Come on.
Something new. Your favourite player in the current squad?
That is a tough one. I've got a couple of favourite players. I like Matt Butcher, and I think he really helped the midfield when he came in January from Plymouth, and I think he's a good footballer. I think he makes us tick in midfield, So as I say, I've got quite a few that I like, but I think Matt Butcher is a good player.
He seems to have settled in on the pitch and off the pitch incredibly quickly.
Yes, yeah, he does. And he's got a couple of goals as well, hasn't he? He got one. He got the one at Bradford to put us through to the final at Wembley. But he's just one of these players. I think on the ball he just looks very, very comfortable. He knows what he's doing, and I think he's a player that you can basically rely on, come what may. So Matt Butcher would be my choice.
Last minute cup goals are a theme in this chat, I detect. That game at Bradford, we didn't really deserve to win that game, but Matt Butcher, if you're going to ingratiate yourself into a club, that's the way to do it.
And it was right in front of us as well. So it was again, it's why you go to football, isn't it? It's for minutes and moments like that to actually see goals go in. So yeah, he's a good player.
You were there?
I was there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And the pitch, I think, is
no
longer there.
Yeah, the pitch wasn't the best, was it? It was, and I think we struggled that day, probably because our midfield was bypassed. And I think what Bradford had learned to do on that pitch was just launch the ball forward. And we struggled against them a little bit, I think. But we got through, so that's the main thing. And
There we are. Right, on to something borrowed.
Yeah.
This is the favourite loanee or player that you wish we'd signed.
Favourite loanee has got to be Eze.
Oh yeah.
I was fortunate enough to be at Cambridge when we won 3-0 or 3-1, where Eze scored 2 absolute wonder goals. And well, if you could sign him to Wycombe Wanderers, how good would that be? But he's going to sign for Tottenham or Liverpool or Man United probably.
How proud did you feel watching him in the England shirt at the year?
Yeah, I mean, again, he's a player again that I spoke to my grandsons about. What a great player he was, and he's just naturally gifted. So yeah, he's a truly outstanding player. And hopefully he gets more chances to play for England.
Those goals at Cambridge were his first senior goals in football.
Yeah.
So Wycombe Wanderers will always be a part of his journey.
Exactly. But again, when you watch them on YouTube, when you go back and watch them, they were just sensational goals, both of them. And we knew then this kid looks a bit special. So
it wasn't just him in the England team that's come through the EFL. I mean, everyone talks about the Premier League and stuff, but the talent in the EFL that starts out there, that gets its chances and works his way through. It's a great place to watch.
Yeah, it is. And again, you look at players like Freddie Potts last season for us. I mean, he will go on to great things as well, I'm sure. But, that season he had with us last season, I'm sure just helped him with his journey because, League One, it's a tough physical league and you've got to be able to handle yourself physically to actually show that you can do it. And he quitted himself really, really well.
Yeah, there we are. Well, good choices here. On to the final question. Yep. Something blue. What should we be selling in the club shop that we aren't already?
Well, right next to me, I can see a Wycombe Wanderers sports bag that looks like it was from the 1970s. And I think something like that would actually sell quite well because you could use it as a kit bag. It's something that the kids would buy. It's something that the club would sell a lot of pre-Christmas.
Yeah.
So if I had to choose something, it would be a Wycombe Wanderers kit bag.
School bag for the grandkids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
This is it. This was sent in by a subscriber. We're not sure if it's official or where it's come from or what the story is. If anyone knows, do let us know. But something like that in the club shop, I think we could all wear it, all ages.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Phil.
Perfect. All right, Mike, it's been a real pleasure to have you with us.
Phil, thank you very much.
Indeed. Up the Blues. That's it for this week's show. Many thanks for tuning in and big thanks to Mike Lawson for sharing his Chairboys memories on Till Death Us Do Parts. Hopefully see you at Adams Park on Tuesday night, big night against Aston Villa. And we'll be back next week with news of our trip to Bristol Rovers back in League One. In the meantime, come on you Blues.